See, spirituality is not something to make one serious, or serious people are not necessarily spiritual. So this myth has to be busted first. So spiritual people are never serious. Actually, they are very, very light-hearted because they know nothing remains. Whatever you do, everything becomes nothing at the end. So why worry too much? So they are basically carefree people, happy people. They are people who don't take anything too seriously. That is the first thing. So seriousness and spirituality don't go together. If you're serious means you're not spiritual. If you're spiritual means you can't be serious. So first thing you get that right. This Paravidya is not to make us more serious than what we already are. That is not the idea of Paravidya. Paravidya is to make us more light-hearted than what we are, to help us remain more happy, more blissful in all circumstances than what we are today. So far we thought of spirituality in a certain way, devotion in a certain way. That quality of our thinking will change. That is all will change. Nothing will change. The earth will be earth, sun will be sun, moon will be moon, you will be you, the same body. You will not grow wings, you will not be able to walk on water or fly in the sky, or nothing of that nature will happen. But if you can walk on earth in peace, that is what spirituality is about. It's not about any siddhis or powers or any other kind of special gifts of nature, no. Simply you will be able to stay more peaceful than what you are. And because you will be peaceful, all around you will also be peaceful. And that is the idea of spirituality. Now all these people have spoken, and children have spoken. They studied for 2 months various scriptures according to whatever we could teach them. And some changes have happened in them. So what changes have happened? You have noticed they have said they are more confident, they have less fear, they are more calm, they are more balanced. All these are gifts of Paravidya. This doesn't come from Aparavidya. From Aparavidya what comes? Overconfidence comes. Arrogance comes. Imbalance comes. Attachments come. Whereas Paravidya just does the reverse. It's the antidote for the problems of Aparavidya. It teaches us to be calmer, more balanced, more peaceful, take things in our stride lightly, not become too serious. And therefore, Paravidya is just balancing the Aparavidya. See, when you take a medicine, our doctors are there, then there will be a side reaction to the medicine. For the side reaction, you take another medicine. So, Aparavidya is one medicine. Paravidya is the other medicine to balance all the side reactions of Aparavidya. Aparavidya's side reactions are these: ego, arrogance, overconfidence, attachment, authority, restlessness, ambitions, unbridled desires. These are all the side reactions of Aparavidya. Read up a little bit, you think you're a Pandit, you know better than everybody else. A little more talent and skill God has gifted you with, horns grow. A little efficiency and abilities you develop, immediately directed towards earning money, name, fame, authority, position, power. All these are side reactions of Aparavidya. Aparavidya is required to run the world, to run the families, to do good in the society. Everything is required. But there is a side reaction, side effect to this Aparavidya, which is all these negative qualities. And to balance these out, to remove these negative qualities, like another medicine which should take care of these side effects, we need a Paravidya. Paravidya teaches us just the opposite. What it makes a balanced personality out of us. Does not allow us to become too serious when things go wrong. Does not allow us to become too excited when things go right. Does not allow us to develop ego and arrogance when we are successful. Does not allow us to become depressed and sorrowful when we fail. Does not allow us to make friends, nor it allows us to make enemies. That is the balance which Paravidya provides, which if is not in the equal measure, the similar dosage, you will have to suffer the side effects of Aparavidya. And when you suffer, along with you, the whole world suffers. Your family suffers when you have short temper. Everybody around you suffers. And especially institutions like this where you have an authority, you have a position, you are in charge of many children, many people. If you don't have the balance of this Paravidya, it will do more damage than help, which many of you would be able to understand what I'm trying to say. Sometimes we lose our mooring, sometimes we behave in a way which is not appropriate, though we know everything about spirituality, but theoretically. It's like seeing the medicine in the bottle. That is not going to cure us. Or knowing the medicinal formula is not going to cure us. Only when you eat it, as per the directions of the doctor, that is when medicine starts working. So quality of spirituality will improve in our institution. That is the first change. It means what? Your quality will improve. So far we thought we are an academic institutions giving some spiritual education. So far we thought we are human beings trying to have spiritual experience. Both are myths. Just like spirituality means seriousness is a myth, so is these two myths. We are born not merely to fill our bellies, we all know. We are here to understand who we truly are. Realizing that, you become happy. You climb a tree, get the fruit, you can eat the fruit. You can't climb the shadow of the tree and get the shadow fruit. So Aparavidya is the shadow fruit, Paravidya is the real fruit. Once you get Paravidya, Aparavidya follows. It will come on its own to you. Therefore, first of all, don't take it too seriously. Take it lightheartedly. Definitely it is less serious than all the academic education. They are far more serious. This is not that serious because this is not about somebody else. Academic education is about something going on outside us, except biology or psychology. Everything else is happening outside us. But Paravidya is all about what is happening within us. We know everything about our phones. Give it to even 5-year-old boy, he will decode the entire thing and give you back. He knows what all systems are there in the phone, how to use the phone. Father may not know, but child will know. Give a person a car, he will learn how to drive, how to use the car to his benefit. Everything we want to know about the objects that we own. Why should we not want to know about us, ourselves? This is the most important thing that we own, isn't it? We don't own anything else. First thing we own is this, ourselves. And we don't know much about ourselves. We only want to know about others. We only want to know outside. That is what this boy said. Paranchikani Vyatrinat Swayambhu. God has created us, our senses in a way that we only want to know who is this, who is that, why is this, why is that. The day we turn our vision inwards, Avrita Chakshu, and ask, who am I? That's the day when we start beginning to know about ourselves. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? That is all we have done all our lives. What is that? What is this? But rarely we sat down in peace, in contemplation, and asked this question to ourselves, who am I? So question remains, but it changes from asking somebody else who they are to asking ourselves who we truly are. That's all is the difference. So nothing much changes. An approach changes. The attitude changes towards things. And that is the most important change that can happen to anyone in life. And therefore Paravidya. So far, in our institutions, Paravidya was being taught through moral classes, EHV classes, then all those compulsory exams on EHV and moral classes, and then satsangs coming for puja and coming for all the other things. But Shankaracharya says in Viveka Chudamani, Chittasya shuddhaye karma na tu vastupalabdhaye vastu siddhi vicharena na kinchita karma koti bihi. He says all the activity that we do, from studies to spiritual activities, so to say bhajans, Veda chanting, attending Suprabhatam or not attending Suprabhatam, and coming for Nagar Sankirtan, and then going out and doing some pujas, havans, homas. All these are chittasya shuddhaye karma. This is only to purify our minds. It doesn't allow us to know who we are, but this is the first step nevertheless. Natu vastu upalabdhaye, it is not for realizing who you are. This is only to keep you calm and pure. Beyond that, it doesn't serve any purpose, any amount of work. What makes you know yourself? Vicharena, when you start asking this question and analyzing and following this question to find the answer. Who am I? The moment we ask this question to ourselves, who am I? Am I the body who is born to these parents? Or am I the boy who is studying in this class? Am I this? Yes, you are all that, but there is something more than that you are, which you truly are. That is the answer that we are going to search and find during the Paravidya session. Because Aparavidya teaches us who all others are, what everything else is. That is Aparavidya. But the Paravidya teaches us who you truly are and what is all this truly around you, what you see. So that is the change that is going to happen from Apara to Para. Education will continue, subjects will be taught, people have to learn, get good marks. All that will happen. Yoga, karmasu kaushalam. Whatever you do, you have to do it well. But along with yoga, karmasu kaushalam, you also will see yoga, samatvam yoga muchyate. That equanimity in all situations, even after having done the best that you can do, remaining equanimous, not getting excited during success and not getting into depression during failures, that is the other side which is Paravidya. Samatvam. That Samatva Bhava will come to our students, teachers, staff, and when they understand it, then only they can teach anybody else. If you yourself don't know, what you can lead others to? Ande naiva niyamana yathandha, our Upanishad say, like a blind man leading another blind man. Both will reach nowhere because our teachers, our staff, we ourselves have to know first who we are. Not intellectually, not theoretically, as experience. As an experience who we are. Then only we can go and teach it to our students, our other staff, and that's how it will spread into the society. So the whole thing, approach is just, we are reversing the whole approach. Earlier we were from inside to out, now we are going from outside to in. That's all is the approach now. We were educational institutions, yes, but we were thinking we were academic institutions imparting some spiritual education. Now we are going to think we are spiritual institutions imparting academic education. Earlier we thought we are human beings born to a family in a place with a name and a form, and now form is telling you realize yourself, so now we all have to go and realize our divinity. Trying to have a spiritual experience, but just the reverse is Paravidya. It says you are spiritual beings as you are, but you are having a human experience because you have imagined yourself to be somebody else. That's all is the idea of Paravidya. Earlier, we were always asking, who are you, who are you, who are you, who are you? Now we are going to ask, who am I, who am I, who am I? That is the difference between Apara and Paravidya. So we are not going to do anything very different from what we have been doing. We are not going to stop eating, we are not going to stop sleeping, we are not going to hold our breath for hours, sit in a cave, give up all the activities of the world. No, none of this is going to happen. So don't be taking it too serious. You'll get 4 meals a day, snacks in between, coffee, tea, whatever you like. Enjoy everything, but with a new approach, a new attitude. The attitude is we are spiritual people and doing our human things. We are not human people who are trying to do spiritual things. Let us get up and do super, let us do puja. No, this is not effort. This should be spontaneous for us. The effort is to pick up Aparavidya. That should be the effort. This should be effortless. To be who you are, why should you put any effort? If I am a woman or a man, it is spontaneously, naturally I am a woman or a man. If I put effort to be something else, that's when it is an effort. If you are already spiritual, you are born spiritual, you are a spark of God. We all know this theoretically. This need not be told again and again. Then where is the question of putting an effort to realize God? You are already God. Effort is to unrealize that you are a human. Effort is to discard this false idea that we are just human beings in a body, born in a place and with a name and a form, feeding our bellies and ultimately rushing towards our tombs. That is not what we are. That is all we have. That misunderstanding has to go away. So I always tell our children the story from our Upanishads where a small lion cub got lost in the herd of sheep. And sheep, you know how they are. They're always afraid. They're always scared that something will happen to them. The sheep don't use their brains. If first sheep is walking, all of them will simply watch their backs and walk. When we were traveling abroad, here in Gulbarga and other places, sheep will be there on the road, flocks of sheep. And then they will occupy the entire road and walking. And car cannot move. So then how much ever young, they are not going to move from their place. Till the first sheep moves, the rest of the sheep won't move. So the shepherd will go running to the front of the flock and he will push the first sheep out of the road. The moment the first sheep goes out, without asking a question, all the sheep will go out of the road. That is what we have become. Somebody said you are human and we all believed you are humans and we are just going on living like humans. Anybody, whatever that person has done, we simply follow without asking questions. So that is the problem with Aparavidya. We simply blindly follow. We don't ask questions there. But Paravidya makes us ask questions and makes us answer those questions too. And that is the change that is coming. So this lion cub which was lost in the flock of sheep, thought it's a sheep, till one day a big lion came and roared. Shunvantu Vishwe Amrutasya Putra, listen, O children of immortality. A lion came and roared. And this little cub thought, what a wonderful voice. Who is this? I never heard such a majestic voice. And he turned around to see. The other sheep told, run, run, run for your life. Why should I run? He asked the question. Why should you run? Save yourself, run. Lion has come. What is a lion? Oh, very dangerous animal. Let's run. And then this fellow started running, but then something within that little cub was not convinced. It kept on asking, what is this lion? I want to see a lion. How does it look like? It's such a beautiful voice. All the time we are bleating like this. Somebody roars. I didn't know roaring is so beautiful. Bleating is so limited, so silly. Let me see who this is. So he hid behind a tree and tried to see who this big lion is. So the lion came walking majestically without any fear. Never lived in fear, always was fearless. So he saw this personality of the lion and got very inspired. How can this lion be always fearless? How can be always so confident? We are always scared, we are always worried. Bhayam, bhayam, bratuku bhayam. How can this lion be so very confident and strong? So he watched the lion and got very attracted to this lion and slowly made his way towards the lion. Something drew him spontaneously because he is a lion after all. So naturally he was attracted to the lion. And this big lion saw this small cub and said, hey, you, what you are doing amongst those sheep? And this cub ran. He said, don't run, I'm not going to do anything to you. What are you doing there? He said, what do you mean what I am doing? I am a sheep, so I am with sheep. He said, you are not sheep. You are a lion. No, I am a sheep. See, I can eat grass, I can bleat. All this false identification. Somebody has wrongly taught you. Come, I will show you, you are a lion only. First reaction is, no, I am not. When Swami says, you are God, first reaction is, I don't think Swami knows too much. With all that I am, how can I be God? Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Nirmala Swarupinam. How can I be that? You know how many things I have stored inside my head? How many wrong things I have done? And how many wrong things I am planning to do? And amongst all these things, Swami is saying, no, you are God as you are. Not possible. But this little cub took courage and went close to the big lion. And the big lion said, you are not a sheep, you are a lion. You are small right now, but when you grow up, you will be same size as me, or maybe even bigger. As majestic and beautiful as me, maybe even more majestic and beautiful. No, it can't be. It shook its head in disapproval. Then the big lion took that small cub to a nearby pond and said, look at your reflection. How do you look like? Do you look like a sheep? And this fellow looked inside the water and saw it looks like lion. It looks like a miniature of the big lion. And he said, of course not. I don't look like a sheep. I do look like you, though smaller size. But I do look like you. He said, that is the truth. You are not sheep, you are lion. Somebody fooled you into thinking that you are a sheep. And you have been fooling yourself ignorantly all this while thinking, I am a sheep. And that is why you are afraid. That is why you worry. That is why you run. The moment you realize lion and your true strength and potential, Vedanta Kesari they call. You are the lion of Vedanta. Vedanta is the knowledge of your true self. So once you know you are a lion, there is no more fear for you. Our Upanishads exhort, na bibheti kadachaneti, na bibheti kutaschaneti. Such a person is not afraid anywhere, anytime. in any situation. Always fearless. Na shochati, na kankshati, na dveshti, na hrishyati. He's never getting too excited nor getting too depressed. He's never disturbed at all. Always sita prajna. His buddhi is always sthita, means always steady. Good happens fine, bad happens fine. Good and bad is outside, nothing touches me. That kind of confidence this Vedanta's lion develops. It discards this false identification with being a sheep. It agrees, it accepts, it gets convinced, and later experiences that it's a lion. So what is the role of all these gurus? Their job is this, to come and tell us, stop believing everyone who says that you are a sheep. Stop believing others who say you are a human being. Believe me, you are spiritual, you are God Himself. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Napara. This is the Upanishad. Shankaracharya says this, that's all is the truth. God alone is true. Everything else is false. Then I am false? No, you are God, therefore you are not false. But God is like this, behaves like this. God can behave all, ekam rupam bhavda yad karoti. One form becomes many, that is how God is. The same sun shines in a gutter, the same sun shines on a Ganga river, the same sun shines on ocean, also in a little glass of water. Sun does not become dirty because it shines on a garbage or gutter water. Sun doesn't become purer because it shines on Ganga water. Sun doesn't become small because it shines in a small tumbler. Or it doesn't become big because it shines on an ocean. Sun is the same. Likewise, the same divinity pervades everything, everyone. We may not be able to realize, with our limited understanding, we may not be able to completely realize. But there are times in our lives every day when that divinity does come and knock on our doors. Sometimes we open it, sometimes we don't. Because we are not aware, we are not awake. So Upanishads say, Uttishta Jagrata, Prapya Varan Nibodhata. Get up, arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. Vivekananda used to say from Kathopanishad. It simply is to exhort us, to motivate us, to inspire us, to drop away all the false identities that we have collected. And first realize what our true identity is. That's all Paravidya is about. Aparavidya, false identity. Paravidya, true identity. But both are required because on the stage, when you have to act, you have to put on your costume, makeup, pick up your dialogues and deliver it. That dialogue delivery, that costume, makeup is Aparavidya. Because you are an actor, your earning comes from acting on the stage. So that is Aparavidya. An actor who goes to an acting school and learns how to act. All his acting is Aparavidya. But behind the costume, there is that real person. That person is Paravidya. Who I truly am. So we all have these costumes. Somebody is young, old, man, woman. Somebody is rich, poor, intelligent, dull, good, bad, punyatma, papatma. All these are costumes, roles, makeup. We are all busy doing. But behind all these makeup and costume, there is this person. Who is you? Who is truly you? The costume is not you. The makeup is not you. When they do Yakshagana, all these children come on the stage. You can't even recognize them. 8th class, 10th class fellows look like 40 years, 50 years old Rakshasas. You can't recognize them. They themselves will not recognize if they see themselves in the mirror. Because the makeup and costume is so fantastic that totally their identity is hidden behind. So is this makeup of ours. I'm mother, father, child. All these are makeup and costumes. And we forget, just like this boy himself cannot recognize his face in the mirror. But thus, for 1 minute also, this boy has forgotten who he is. For even 1 second has the boy forgotten that I am so-and-so of this 10th class? Never. Even behind all the costume, the boy remembers who he is. Next morning, when all the costumes are gone, he remembers who he is. He's not forgotten. But on the stage, nobody can recognize him. He himself cannot recognize himself. But off the stage, he completely knows who he is. That's all is Paravidya. We completely know that we are divine. And that what are you doing with all this Aparavidya? We are doing our acting, our costume, our makeup, our dialogue delivery. That's all we are doing. But behind that is ourselves as we truly are. Once we forget this, that's when all the problem starts. Suppose this boy who has acted like Rakshasa on the stage or a god on the stage. After the stage also he continues to believe that he is a god or he is a Rakshasa. Then confusion starts. That is where the problem starts. That's when we fight, that's when we get angry, that's when we debate, argue, we get depressed, we get excited. All these dualities come and catch hold of us only when we have forgotten that this was just an acting and nothing more than that. So I was telling you are in Karnataka. Kara-na-taka. Keep doing this drama. Keep acting. That's all is truth of Vedanta. You are somebody else, but you have got to act like somebody else. You have given a role. You have been given dialogues. You have to do your best. Whether you have been given the dialogues or role of a man or a woman or a boy or a girl, a rich or a poor man, a Rakshasa or a Devata, doesn't matter. Whatever has been given, do it well. But never for a moment you forget, lose sight of who you truly are. So Paravidya will allow us, will make us remember who we truly are and not forget even for a moment who we truly are. Even though we behave like so many different people in so many different ways, deep down inside we are one and the same. This understanding is what Paravidya will be able to give us. Then has Swami not spoken? Swami has spoken only Paravidya all his life. Then why it has not gone inside us? Because we didn't pay attention, that's all. So it needs much more focused attention than what it was given so far. They all know Bhakti, Bhajana, everything. But Artharthi Jignasu. I love God so that God will do favors to me. More than that, the Bhakti, there is no greater idea of Bhakti. Because after years and years and decades of living with Swami also still those little desires are left. They don't go. If one goes, another appears and it goes on in cycles. So they also will not attain anything at the end of it. Sarvam paravasham dukkham, sarvam atmavasham sukham. Anything that is done by force is leading to sorrow only. Anything that is done by source will make you happy. So understand the importance of what it is and accordingly realize the value and therefore become happy that such an opportunity has come our way. We have found out everything about the world outside. Now it's time to know about ourselves. So far we never had time to meet ourselves. We met everybody in the world. We're so busy meeting people, doing things for others. First time we are getting a good opportunity where we can meet ourselves, within ourselves. And we can understand who we truly are. And we can do something about ourselves today, which we have missed doing for so very long. Therefore, some few scriptures have been chosen, which will create that jignyasa first, create that interest, inspiration, and then the answers will follow in other scriptures. But more important, all these efforts should ultimately lead us to becoming lions. In 30 days, we should all be Vedanta Kesaris. We should all be lions of spirituality. No more fear, no more worries, no more depressions or excitements in life. Steady, sthita prajnas. That is the gift of Paravidya. You become steady and focused. A person who has a steady mind, no distractions, no attachments, no swinging between excitement and sorrows. Don't you think that person will be more efficient in the society? He can take decisions better. He can use his time much more efficiently. Naturally he can. He'll be a better doctor, better engineer, better teacher, better husband, better wife, better children, better businessman, better leader. Everything will come. Why? Because they have got this balance in life. So this balance is what we are trying to achieve. And the quality of things, quality of spirituality and spiritual education in our institutions will increase. No time has been taken away from, so to say, from Aparavidya sessions or Aparavidya classes. They are there. The change of timing has happened, 8 to 4, because that is the Rajasic time, that is the best suited for doing anything external. Evening and morning times are internal times. That is the time when you have to move in. So Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, these are the 3 gunas. Everybody knows about these 3 gunas. Sattva is the guna which is associated with knowledge, purity. Rajas is the guna which is associated with actions. And Tamas is the guna which is associated with inertia. Therefore, 8 hours God gives us to be restful in the night. 8 hours God gives us to do whatever we require to survive in the world, to live in the world. And 8 hours God gives us to think of God and grow inside. And that's how you grow spiritually. We are just trying to balance it. That is all it is. Right now it was imbalanced. Till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, people are still mugging, vomiting, physics, mathematics. Next morning, tension, they wake up. That is not the way. You have to enjoy everything that we are doing. Meeting God in the morning is a joy. He is the most dearest. Talli kanna migula daivambe దగ్గర సన్నిహితుండు చాలా తండ్రి కన్నా. He is closer to us than our own mother and father. Should we not be happiest to meet that person early in the morning, first person in the morning? Naturally we should be. And should he not be the last person that we say bye to before we sleep? Should be that way. Prayers should become joyful when we know its value. When we don't know the value of it, then we will not be able to appreciate. And at the end of the session, you should go back as Sthitaprajñas. At least you should have had the glimpse of what you are. If not, you have experienced it all the time. At least some glimpses of who you truly are, some sneak peeks into this. That much you should have. Then you will be very, very confident. You will not go back to your old ways. It's not possible. No, not possible. That is the effort. You should enjoy this solitude that has been gifted by God, that has been orchestrated by all the universe for you. Enjoy this beautiful time to be with yourself. Of course, first days you will not be happy because you will get to know too many things about yourselves which you will not be comfortable with. But all you learn how to discard all that and actually identify yourself with who you truly are. Once you meet your true self, there is only joy thereafter. Anando Brahmeti Vyajanat. Ananda is Brahman. That is what ultimately you will learn. And that Ananda does not come and go. It comes and only grows. So that Ananda is yours. It is for you to claim. If you don't claim, it will be lost. It's for you to go and claim that Ananda, which is your birthright. And therefore put efforts. Everything should be within limits. Eat less. Less means less than what you generally eat. Why? Because generally eating will be dull. We want to be spiritually active. Food should be limited. Sleep should be at the right time, right amount of sleep, not more than that. And most importantly, maunam. Speak only when it is absolutely necessary. If it's not necessary, ask this question. Is it necessary to speak right now? Not necessary, don't speak. Because by speaking, we lose a lot of energy. 8 hours of work is equal to 1 hour of speaking. 8 hours of speaking is equal to 1 hour of thinking. So if you think unnecessarily, speak unnecessarily, you will lose so much energy. And then you will not be able to pay the best attention to whatever is being told. So maintain all these simple practices during this time. You will be very happy. Keep to yourself the first thing, as much as possible. Speak less, eat limited, sleep appropriately. All this will become very joyful. Tomorrow onwards, we will start learning first Upanishad. We are starting with Upanishad, though it is going to be a little tough for those who have never experienced or never gone through Upanishads, but you will understand. We're starting with most difficult, then we'll go to the easier ones. So it becomes easy for you to understand. Tomorrow we'll start with Kathopanishad, a conversation between Lord Yama, somebody who everybody is afraid of whom. But Yama himself says, I am afraid of a Brahmagyani, because he alone has control over me. I have control over everybody, but a Brahmagyani controls me. So let us know how to control this Yama by becoming Brahmagyani. So it's a beautiful conversation between a young boy, Nachiketa, 8 years old or so, and this Yama, who is eternal, who has been there ever since the creation came into picture. Because when birth came into picture, death also came into the picture. So Yama has been as eternal as that. And between them there is a conversation, and who better can tell us about the truths of life than Yama himself, because he has seen so many creatures through so many millennia, through many yugas. He knows everyone what happens. So he alone can tell us the truth. Therefore, let us listen to the truth from not horse's mouth, Yama's mouth, because he knows the truth. And who asks the truth? A very earnest seeker like Nachiketa, who wants nothing else but the truth. So there is a lesson for both. For us to learn to become like Nachiketa, who want truth and nothing else. And listen to the profound teachings of Yama. And contemplate on that, meditate on that, so that this becomes a part of our way of living.